What's up, chat? Welcome to another episode of the Pollo podcast. I'm your host, J&K Collectibles, and today we have a special episode. We're going to be interviewing my boy, Pollo. We go way back, all the way back until middle school, till today, guys. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy today's episode. And remember, like, share, subscribe, comment, and enjoy this pod. What's up, chat? Welcome back to the Pool Zone podcast. I'm your host, J&K Collectibles, and today, guys, we have a special guest. It's actually our very first episode where we bring a guest onto the pod. You know, me and him go way back to middle school. We literally bonded over Pokemon, and today we're just gonna talk about it and see where it goes. And again, guys, I apologize if we didn't post 2 Mondays in a row already. You know, our schedules got mixed up with me and Card Hog, but don't worry, he's gonna be back. But for today, we're going to be talking to my boy right here to the right. He goes by...
I go by Pollo.
He goes by Pollo, chat. So...
I've met all of you guys.
There we go. So let's get into it. Enjoy the podcast, guys. All right, Pollo. So welcome to the podcast. I know this is your first time doing something like this. I know you've seen podcasts before. I know you've been watching ours since episode 1 to 3. Right now, like, what are your thoughts of how the podcast is going? Like, what do you think about it so far?
So far, so good. I mean, we all start from, somewhere, I mean, so far, I saw, 3 episodes already?
3 episodes in.
3 episodes with Omar, and, you asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, I want to jump into it,
Yes, sir.
I was a little shy, don't get me wrong, guys. I was a little shy with this. But so far, what I think about it, it's going well.
Yeah.
Congrats, man. I mean,
appreciate it,
man.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna blow up.
Yes, sir. Remember, guys, what's that word? It's not a marathon, or it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Slowly but surely, with every episode we do, we'll get better and better. Obviously, better equipment, better quality. A little more used to the talks, the pláticas. You know what I mean, chat? So slowly but surely we'll get there, as a lot of you actually, are already fans of us, and you guys are always there, commenting in the comments on the channel and, all that stuff. So I appreciate every single one of you guys that are enjoying the videos thus far. But yeah, Pollo, so like, as I mentioned, chat, we did meet a long time ago back in middle school. Both of us were attending McClay Middle School. So if you're in San Fernando Valley, you know exactly what middle school we're talking about. I'm going to tell you guys how my perspective was, and then he can tell us about his perspective. So basically it was like this, chat. I got put into Saturday school, unfortunately, for being a schmuck at school, being a little trouble kid. And, I had to take some extra classes, and I had to take Saturday school, unfortunately. But the moment I sat inside a class, I saw this kid right in front of me. I saw him playing, I believe he was playing the Mini, the Micro, the Game Boy Micro, if I'm not wrong. Sir. And I like hovered over him, and I was like, what is this guy playing? And I'm like, oh shit, he's playing, I think, was it Leaf Green or Fire Red?
I think it was Leaf Green.
Leaf Green, right? Because I saw a green cassette, and I was like, I think I know that game. And then I saw that he was playing Pokemon, obviously. And I was like, oh shit. And, I told him, like, oh, what game is that? And, we kind of started talking about it. Literally that class went by so quick because we were just like bonding over Pokemon. And what's it called? And that's pretty much how we met. Like, what was your perspective? Like, some random ass kid just coming up to you and telling you, like, hey, like, what's up?
In the beginning, I was like, well, back then I was more like a shy boy. I didn't talk to a lot of people. And then the way he approached me, he asked me about the Pokemon. I was like, oh, he got me excited because I was like, oh, he's into Pokemon. So he asked me, oh, you have Leaf Green? I was like, yeah. And then we just, we ended up talking. And then we ended up playing Pokemon, started trading Pokemons. Then he showed me his, little collection he had too. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, and pretty much, like, funny thing is, chat, that was our first interaction when we first met. Mind you, I'm 31. You're like, what, 30?
33.
33. This is when we were in middle school. I was like, what, 10, 12, 13, something like that. And the funny thing is, guys, that one interaction we had, because mind you, this was the only time we've ever spoken to each other, and it was just that one time. The crazy thing is, and how faith works, we ended up meeting each other all over again. Like I believe when we were already in high school, like I think I was already a freshman or a sophomore, but we ended up meeting through a mutual friend. Funny enough, Card Hog's sister, Maria. Shout out to Maria. I know you guys are watching the pod. Shout out to your daughter and shout out to Salvador for commenting and liking the pods. And yes, little Maria, we do have some more packs to rip. So stay tuned to the end of the video. But we actually rekindled our friendship during that time with Maria's quinceañera. If you guys don't know, it's a celebration of a woman or whatever, blah blah blah. And that's how we met. We met like that, and then it was basically kind of the same thing. Like we kind of looked at each other. You know that Spider-Man meme when you go, that was kind of how we were like.
Don't we know each other?
Don't we know each other? I was like, Leaf Green, right? Middle school, McClay. And he was like, yeah. And then we're like, oh, shit. And then, yeah, pretty much from there, we just been friends ever since. Like Chad, I'm telling you, like, from that one little encounterment back in middle school till now, like, we're all grown and shit. You know, he knows my kids. You know, we used to live with each other, too. Actually, this room right here that we're filming out of, this actually used to be his room. Funny enough. And then he moved out with his brother. But it's funny how like Pokemon can bring people together like that. Isn't that is kind of crazy to me, honestly. But here we are. You know, I want to grab his perspective and like what he thinks about like what Pokemon and like One Piece and like anime and like how all that is going crazy like in today's world. You know, because he was a collector. Obviously, he collected vintage because we were both around the same age, and so we grew up on vintage. And then you know when we rekindled, you know, we were very like onto like the Pokemon games, like Ruby and Sapphire, Emerald, you know, the Nintendo DS games, and then obviously now the Switch games. So he actually, when he moved in with us, me, my girl, him, and his brother, he was, how do I say it? Like actually, funny enough too, he introduced me to Weiss Schwartz. I didn't even know what Weiss Schwartz was. I didn't know that there was a TCG out there that made cards out of, you know, popular animes, and you have the chance of pulling an autograph card of either the voice actor, a memo, or of the artist or whatever it is. I didn't know that until he told me about it. I believe he was doom scrolling one day. I don't know if it was on like Reels or where he was doom scrolling. I believe he found some cards on eBay and he showed them to me, and I was like, look, he's like, look, dude, like you can actually get cards that are signed by the voice actor. And I was like, what the hell? And just for you guys that don't know what that is, I'll pop some cards up right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But that's kind of how where he started recollecting again, and where I was like, fuck it, let's collect that all over again. And honestly, like, what are your thoughts on Wise? Like, what do you think about it? Like, what caught your attention, pues?
What got my attention was, you know, I started with. Which one did I start with? Damn, I forgot.
Was it quintuplets or was it Seven Deadly Sins?
It was. I'll probably say it was Naruto, and then it started Seven Deadly.
Yeah, cause first I was streaming on Whatnot, and I was selling stuff from Japan like clear cards, shikishi boards, wafers. I know you like the wafers a lot.
Yeah, those cookies. Are good.
If you guys don't know what wafers are, essentially they're a treat from Japan that it comes with a wafer cookie inside, and depending on what anime they're doing, they'll have one card random in there from the set, so you can actually collect those, and you can actually grade those by Beckett and PSA, by the way. But that's kind of how like he would support me on there and buy off of me, and then what's it called? That's when he again like we started talking about Weiss Schwartz, and he started collecting them like Seven Deadly Sins, the quintessential quintuplets, and so on and so forth. And that got me hooked. I went super crazy. I went balls deep into Weiss Schwartz, and it was a crazy ride. And then obviously you took a break, right? You took a break from collecting and buying.
Yes.
What happened there? Like why did you take a break?
You know, I just needed to get my stuff together. You know, so I stopped for a bit, took a little break. But yeah, I mean, man, during that time I love collecting. I was like, I have like a couple cards of, you know, signature cards. I got Seven Danny, I got Meliodas,
Which Meliodas is your favorite character, right? Don't you have a tattoo of it?
Yeah, I have a tattoo of it. I have the little symbol of it, of the dragon. Um, but yeah, I have that one. Then I have a Naruto, well, Itachi tattoo on my arm. And yeah, when I got, that was my first. No, my first tattoo was
The Meliodas
yeah,
stamp,
Meliodas
right?
the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I just got that Itachi. Cause I was actually, yeah, you showed me a picture of Itachi, and you learned to do it, and I was like, I didn't even think about it twice. I threw myself in there. Like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And he was shocked after I got that tattoo. I was like, oh shit, you actually did it. I was like, yeah. It was, and painful wasn't too bad, but I fucking, man, I love that tattoo though, cause everyone told me I get compliments here and there, you know,
Nice,
cause
nice.
of the eyes, cause
Oh
the
yeah,
red,
yeah, because he has the red, yeah, the
the little
Sharingan.
Shangan, yes.
Nice, yeah. And then, pretty much like now that like you know Pokemon's going crazy, because there was a time where I did ask you if you wanted to be like partnered up with me to do this business and stuff like that, and obviously you didn't do it for whatever reason it was. I know during that time we were having tough times and stuff like that, so obviously you couldn't join, but throughout the years, because I believe now I have like, I believe 2 or 3 years doing this, whether it's me being a TikToker or a live streamer on whatnot to becoming a vendor, like, what is your perspective now? Like, how do you see like me building this and like your thoughts around this? Like, did you ever think this was something possible when I first like spoke to you about the idea, or were you like kind of hesitant about it? Like, what were your thoughts like when I first asked you, yo, Pollo, you should join me. Let's build this together. Like, what are your thoughts?
So yeah, I mean, you're telling me about it. In the beginning, I was like, I was thinking about it too much. Like I was like, did I throw myself in there or not? Cause I mean, doing the first one, I think that's when you already had your first daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's gonna be hard, cause I mean, having a newborn is like kind of hard, cause you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta buy the diapers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And but you did it, man. You push yourself, you put this in your head, and then I'm gonna do it. And look, you came this far now, and it kind of admire me because I admire that because though you did it, you make me think twice. I'm like, damn, man, if he can do it, I can do it. And especially he has a family, and I don't have a family. I have no kids, no wife, no nothing like that. Um,
Pretty
yeah,
much, guys. It's like, if you this doesn't even always have to. It doesn't have to be like me becoming a vendor and like all that stuff. It's just a general life lesson. Like, whatever you set your mind to it, just do it. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's scary. Yes, it's kind of embarrassing. Not all of us are used to being in front of the camera. As
true.
he's a little shy right now too. So bear with us, but it's okay. Like, this is the first step to be like out there, I guess you can say, and kind of like test drive it and see
Yep.
how far you can get.
True.
There is like there's these guys that I love a lot on social media. They go by those Chicos Toxicos. Shout out to them. My dream is actually to have a podcast with them, like have them come over and like me talk to them. So hopefully we can manifest that to one day that actually happening, and I know it will, especially from your guys' support. But there is something that one of the group members say. His name is Felipe. Um, when he first started, doing the videos and stuff like that on YouTube, he would always spam the saying, "No one, no one is special. And there's nothing special about all these YouTubers. There's nothing special about all these content creators. There's literally nothing special about them. Not to be like sounding mean or rude about it, but there's literally nothing special. They're the same as us. The only difference between them and us, which I always tell him, is that they decided to pick up the camera and we didn't. That's literally
True.
the only difference. You know, we're just as funny as all of them. We're all human. We all have
Mm-hmm.
humor. We're all funny in our own way.
True.
We can all thrive in different fields. It doesn't have to be trading cards. It can be fitness. It can be, talking about weather. It can be talking about random stuff. You're talking about what's going on in the world or religion or whatever it is. At the end of the day, the moral of the story, like he said, is that You know, he admires how I once said this as a dream in the beginning when there was like zero scratch. You know, newborn came in, and then here we are, right? You know, we're building a business with the vending stuff, became a streamer, content creator, and now we have a podcast. And, you know, that's the moral of the story is, you know, the only difference between them and us is that they decided to pick up the camera and we didn't. So we're trying to change that. We're picking up the camera. Here we are. We're talking. We're having a conversation. And, you know, I appreciate those kind words because, you know, like I said, Chad, we go way back. You know, there was a time where he took care of me a lot when I had nothing, you know, and then obviously life happens and it became vice versa, you know, and then I was
Yeah.
there to help him out to return the favor. And, you know, I'm not saying we're both already in a stable spot, but, you know, we're a lot better where we were before. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And, you know, hopefully doing this pod with him, it inspires him to do his own or maybe some sort of content because I know he goes to the gym as well. We work out together. Maybe the content can be around that. Maybe it could be around video games. Maybe he does end up joining the business and we can be a part of this together. But whatever it is, hopefully this helps him, you know, strive. Hopefully whoever's watching this video, if it can help one of you guys as well, like please just try it. Don't be scared. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you don't want to grow up and look back and be like, what if, what if? At least try it. You know, you never know what's gonna happen until you try it. That's why I always try everything. I mean, I dab my feet in a little bit of everything. I used to have a clothing brand. You know, I used to, you know, collect cans. I used to scrap metal. You know, I used to draw people's name for money. I like graffiti. You know, now I sell Pokemon cards. You know, I used to do, you know, gym content. I do a lot of stuff, chat. I'm a jack of all trades because I love doing this. I mean, he knows ever since I graduated high school, I've always, you know, said it to everybody, all my friends, that my dream is to become a content creator. You know, that's my dream. And, you know, whether it's in the fitness field or in the content field or this field, whatever field it is, you know, I want one of them to blow up and make me what I wanted to be when I graduated high school. But what's it called? Before we get sidetracked, we were talking about what your thoughts about how you see this whole thing from your perspective. Now that we're talking about that, I know you took a pause from collecting and buying Pokemon or White Schwartz or whatever it is. What now that you see that Pokemon's like kind of going crazy, you know, now we have One Piece TCG that's going crazy.
That's
You know,
crazy,
not
yeah.
too long ago, Naruto got announced. I remember we actually used to collect the old Naruto before
Yeah.
it stopped coming out. So now that Naruto's actually coming back and One Piece is going crazy and Pokemon's going crazy, what are your thoughts from the outside looking in? Like all this stuff like just going skyrocketed, like it's just boom, boom, boom here and there. Like what do you think about that? Like how does that like what do you see when you're since you're not collecting again right now, but like so like what do you see? Like what's your perspective on that? Like
Yeah, it's man. Back then, man, it was like what $2 for a pack, or the box was like maybe $5, $6 around there.
mhm.
Now it's like what for a pack is something like 10, $15 now, just for one pack. Man, it's just insane how the future goes, man. I was shocked when everything just went whew, it rocked. I was like, damn, Pokemon, you know, I don't know how that started. I think it was Logan that started, like when he
Yeah,
started
with
collecting
the
Pokemon.
yeah, back in 2019, 2020, like they're pre-COVID, like or during COVID, um, he just came out of nowhere and said that I collect vintage, and then vintage
Yeah.
went crazy, and it just hasn't been like it's just a nonstop since ever since then. Like maybe we had like a little like slow dip, but ever since then it's just like back to back set this, set that, anniversary, special sets, and then you know all of a sudden now we have scalpers and we have people that camp out at night for
That's crazy,
product,
bro.
like you know people getting hurt, people getting robbed, you know
Yeah, that's
like
some
did you ever think this is where it would be at before Logan came into the space? Like did you ever think this is where it was gonna go,
man.
or do you think everything was just gonna be like normal and chill, like what do you
Well,
think?
I never thought it was gonna be like that. You know,
Mhm.
everywhere you go, man, there's a line.
Mhm.
Sometimes you didn't get any. You just get just maybe like single packs. And I never thought it was gonna go like this, man. And I don't know, it was crazy, honestly, because it was crazy. And then people getting robbed and all that. It's insane, you know. You see people, you see kids, you know, people getting jacked, you know, even money wise. You see a car, they want to take it away from you, depending on the card the Pokemon is or One Piece is. Like, they just want to steal it from you.
Yeah, yeah. It's become a very sadly, it's becoming a very like scary place now because of what all this stuff is worth now. Like, it's it sucks, for from a, like on a collector's perspective where they just want to collect and rip packs, get the enjoyment of ripping something, but like having to think twice, like, damn, do I really want to spend like 10-15 bucks for a pack? Or booster boxes, as you remember when we used to go to Frankenson's, they were like 90 bucks, 85 bucks max, right?
Yeah.
And now, like the most recent says, when they drop, they're like minimum like 225, 250, 280.
Yeah.
Like, how did we go from like 85, $95 a booster box to 200 plus?
That's
And even
true.
when they dip, they don't go any less than 150, 160. Like,
True.
that's crazy how like it used to be 85 to $95 a booster box, and now it's like minimum 160 to like $300 for a booster box. And we can talk about ETBs too. ETBs used to be like what, 29.99, 30 bucks each. I think it was, honestly, when we bought Burning Shadows, wasn't it like 24.99? When they had that little blue sticker on Target, I believe it said 24.99 or 29.99.
Something like that.
Something like that. But even now, ETB is minimum 60, 70 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy to me, And like I said, like, I know I'm a vendor, guy, so you may think like, oh, he's a scalper, yada yada yada, but I'm not. I'm a collector at heart. This is something passionate for me. I love doing this. It's like I know this like the back of my hand, and I find so much enjoyment. Like, I know some of us, on our daily jobs, a lot of us, wake up and feel so dragged out, like, like I gotta go work, like, I have that same feeling with my current job. But when I have to wake up Saturday morning knowing that I have a card show, a 1 day or a 2 day show, even though it's like an hour and a half drive from where I live, or an hour or 2 hours, I still find that enjoyable. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm pressured to go do this. Like, it's literally like going to a like a meeting or like a show, and we're just hanging out. We're just talking about Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, One Piece, animes. A lot of times, we don't always sell, but we're having some cool conversations with random people that just come to the booth.
Sure.
They could be wearing a cool shirt, and then we just, oh, I love your shirt, I love that anime, and then we just spark a random conversation. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, Pokemon, One Piece, like all these trading card stuff, they came a very, very long way since, before, Logan came into the scene. Um, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that this is how far all this stuff has become. And I feel like there's no slowing down. I just feel like it's just going to keep going and going. Because, I mean, bringing it back to like middle school days, true or not, back in the day, whether it was elementary school, if you have any memories of it, but I do, middle school, elementary school, even high school, wasn't it always fraud upon? Like, wasn't it always like people would either pick on you, bully you, make fun of you, or like say some mean slurs because you like Pokemon or because you like anime?
Yeah.
They used to call you a weirdo, and like,
Sure.
like, you're a loser, you're a lame. Like, sometimes it'll get extreme to where kids get beat up for it. Like, I've seen it happen. So a lot of times we would have to keep it low key, or we can only talk about it with close friends who also enjoy it. If you get heard speaking about it, here comes all the name calls, like everything from A, B through Z, whatever. Bullied again, like I said. But now, fast forward to today, it's cool.
Yep. Everyone's okay
It's
with that.
cool. Everyone's okay with it. Like, famous people are coming out and saying that they
Yeah.
love anime and they watch it. Athletes are coming out. fighters from the UFC,
Yeah.
soccer players, NFL players, baseball players. My friend the other day, actually, was it today or yesterday? Shout out to Louis. He actually sent me a post of one of the baseball players got a custom made mitten with a
Damn.
Charizard on it.
That's insane.
Like, what the heck? Like, I'm telling you, back then we used to get bullied for this, and now you're the cool kid.
Yep.
Now you're the cool kid. Like, for God's sake, like, he got Itachi tatted, and he has, the symbol for Meliodas, the dragon symbol. Like, anime's cool, man. Like, it's cool now. Like, all of a sudden it's super cool and everybody loves it now. I wish it was like that when we were a little younger, because obviously, living in fear that we're gonna get, hurt or threatened, or get bashed on because we like that. Even though I'm almost 100% sure all the bullies that used to bully kids for that, I bet you anything they actually liked it. They just thought they were cool at the time. You know what I mean? But it's crazy how, like, all this has come along. Do you ever see yourself coming back into the hobby and, like, collecting? And if you do, what TCG do you think you're gonna come back to buy and, like, collect again, rip again, or just buy singles? Or how about, if you do come back, are you gonna be ripping, or are you just gonna buy the singles?
If I end up coming back, I mean, probably start collecting again. Start collecting some signature cards or Pokemon. Depending on what I'm interested more, because I'm more interested more like wise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do collect Pokemon, but right now to be getting Pokemon is really expensive right now. It's like, so it's insane how everything's went up. Like I said, but yeah, I mean, I just rather if I end up coming back, let's say I'll probably collect some whites again.
Mm-hmm.
Some There's a lot of coming out right now. Blue Log, um, which is the one with some new ones that just came out too. I forgot what it was, the name of it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of. Funny enough, guys, bringing back, like, the whole scalper stuff and, like, all that stuff. It's crazy how, the trend started with Pokemon, and then the trend went into, like, Digimon, but Digimon died after the third set, and then One Piece, and then One Piece went crazy. Or actually, you know what? It was Pokemon and Dragon Ball, because we actually got into Dragon Ball for a
Yeah,
bit, because it used to be really big,
and it
and
was
then
cheap.
and it was cheap. It
It was
was
cheap.
big and it was cheap,
Yeah,
affordable. I'm talking about $65 booster boxes. Like, it was cheap, and it
yeah,
was still popping. Like, it was crazy. Like, the chases were crazy expensive, and then somehow it died. The game died.
yeah,
What's it called? And then, Digimon came along. We started to see a little trend of, like, whenever a new TCG was announced, people will make it go super crazy. But then, depending on, like, the IP, depending on the playability, depending on the rarities of the cards and all that, and the art and all that stuff, affected certain TCGs. Like Digimon, like, after the third set, everything just went and tanked. Then obviously One Piece came along, and that thing went crazy, and it's still going crazy, and it's still going strong. We may have a little bit of dips here and there, but it's still going strong. And then, what's it called? Now with Naruto coming out soon. But where I'm getting at with all this is Weiss Schwartz. Weiss Schwartz, I feel like, did have a little tiny spike,
yeah.
because we were collecting it before Seven Deadly Sins.
That's true.
When Seven Deadly Sins came out, if you remember this, because we used to buy Weiss from Frankincense. There was only one vendor selling, actually two or three, but there was
Yeah.
one main vendor that would sell nothing but Weiss Schwartz, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's it called? And then all of a sudden, Seven Deadly Sins comes out, and now almost everybody at Frankinsons that sells TCGs had Seven Deadly Sins, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I feel like that's where the spark came up with Weiss Schwartz. It did go up a little bit, because there was a whole year, where nothing but banger sets after banger sets after banger sets were popping out for Weiss. Like, Whatnot was going crazy for Weiss Schwartz.
Yeah.
Case breaks every single day. I was one of those breakers. I was literally selling out 2 to 3 cases per stream, because that's how hot it was at the time. And then it dipped. And now it's kind of like 50-50. I mean, it's still there. People are still collecting it. People are still buying it.
Yeah, but I feel like I might rock it one day maybe. Cause I mean, like if you think about it, Pokemon Rocket, fucking One Piece is up there now. Dragon Balls is coming in again,
Dragon Ball
came back inside
came
the
back, which
picture
is
again.
crazy. Yeah,
So I mean, I don't know. I just have a good feeling. Maybe what Whites might go up.
yeah.
But it's just being patient about it. Right now everyone is just just going for Pokemon, One Piece right now, Dragon Ball. Slowly but surely is in a. I
Exactly.
just got a good feeling in my guts. Maybe I can be wrong, but hopefully that does happen. Because people will be into more anime, more, signature cards, more wise.
Which, funny enough, investor bros, if you're watching this, or anybody who likes to pump and dump TCGs, because that's literally what's happening right now with a bunch of TCGs, is they're getting pumped and then dumped. Um, Pump White Schwartz, for God's sake. Like, let's get that out there. Like, I know
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a bad thing to do, but if it gets a little pump, we'll have more eyes on it. There'll be more players because there's still a huge amount of people that play the card game.
Sure.
I still want to learn how to play the card game. Um, I have a deck. I actually build I believe it's SAO Alakazation I forgot what set it was, but it's the set where they didn't put signatures, they're stamps. I actually built a deck. I
Oh,
have it. I never got to use it, but I have one. I'm more of a in person. I need somebody there to help me, like physically, like be there next to me, telling me what to do next. That's how I learn how to play card games. I can't learn by just watching YouTube videos or watching other videos of other people playing or somebody describing to me how to play it. I have to be physically playing it and someone coaching me right next to me and telling me what to do. Kind of how what they do at Anime Expo, where they like give you little demos of new cards, games, and stuff like that. Because that's exactly how I learned how to play One Piece. When One Piece first came out, they did a demo demonstration at the AX Anime Expo, I believe 2 or 3 years ago, and that's how I learned how to play One Piece. Did I ever get to play it? No, but at least I know how to play it. So, with that being said, if there's any investors watching this, please pump Weiss.
yeah. Hopefully, I mean, that'll be great. Everyone's gonna start collecting some wines. And it's not gonna be just Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece. Now there's gonna be more people trying to enjoy that.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'm just hoping White's Rocket one day. I mean, just crossing fingers on that. I mean, it's not a I was in there. It's just the signature cards. But
yeah.
I have a couple already. I have a little collection. I should have brought. I could have show you guys. One or two couples I have in there.
Which is funny that you mentioned that because that's how you know he hasn't collected in a while, because I've slowly started collecting again, and I'd be showing him some of the cards I picked up, and he'd be like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
When did they even drop this set? When did this
Yeah.
anime get a set?" Like, I know one of his favorite animes is Fairy Tail, and he didn't even know until I told him, but they re-brought Fairy Tail back. Like, they made
Yeah.
another set. Like,
It's
it's funny how like he took a break, and like since I'm still kind of in the scene, I still get to see what new stuff comes out and like the cards and stuff like that. Like, another set that he didn't know had a set was what's it called? Rent a Girlfriend Volume 2. I showed
Oh
him some
yeah.
of the cards from there, and he's like, "What the hell? Like, when did they drop this?" Like, it's crazy how far along Weiss has gone, but
Yep.
I'm surprised no one's really into it. Like, you go to a card show, there's literally no vendors besides maybe myself. Shout out PFAM as well, and maybe one other person, but there's not really any vendors that sell White Schwartz. Maybe it has to do with some of the cards being a little too much. If you know, you know. And obviously there are some card shows that prohibited, cards like that. So it's maybe understandable, but there are sets that don't have too much, those type of cards.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that. But another question I got for you is, what do you prefer, vintage or modern? What do you like better for Pokemon? Like, do you like the vintage stuff more? Do you like the new stuff more? I know there
Hmm.
was a time where when we went to Frankenstein's, I believe the first time, this is when we were slowly getting back into collecting Pokemon.
Yeah.
I remember seeing some EX cards where like the Pokemons were popping out of the card, and I felt some type of way, obviously, because we grew up with the OG stuff, vintage, and it felt weird. It felt weird seeing new things. So I always thought that modern looked kind of weird when we first started coming back into it. But what do you think? Like, do you like the new stuff better? Do you like the older stuff better?
I mean, I like the more of the old stuff. I mean, I like the OG. I mean, all that because I mean, it's I don't know. I just all these new Pokemon coming now. I mean, someone if I don't know if you've seen. I mean, all the Pokemon like how they make them,
Yeah.
how they make them look. I'm just like, what happened? I'm like, what's
It's
the
like
juice? What
yeah,
happened here?
it's like they're running out of ideas, huh?
Yeah, they just like I mean, example like who's a good example I can put? Damn. Hmm.
Like I mean, I would say like for example, the Vanillish, the ice cream Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like I feel like that's a perfect example of them running out of ideas that they had to turn, like,
A
cause,
Pokemon.
cause if we go back to vintage, right? Vintage, they were like, you can kind of get an idea that they were taking like animals and turning animals into Pokemons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly it felt like they're running out of ideas, and then it became like them making Pokemons out of the food they eat or
Yeah.
the stuff they use, like cars and like, because Rodon can turn into a laundry. He can turn into a fan. He can turn into a vending machine. Like,
Oh, true.
you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I feel like they're running out of ideas. Another one I would say would be the keys. There's a
Oh,
I think it's Cleffa or something like Clef key, but it's like literally. I'll pop it up right here. The Pokemon. It's literally just a pair of keys. Like I feel like they're just running out of ideas. Like at this point, what they're gonna make a Pokemon out of a T-shirt. They're gonna make a Pokemon out of what? I mean, I was about to say a fan, but they already made a Pokemon out of a fan. At this point, they're making Pokemons out of everything. Like this, like at what point do they actually run out of ideas? Because like I don't know. Like first, Pokemons didn't speak, and now there's some that do speak. Like what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know, but like I said the previous podcast. If you guys watch episode 3, I did mention that I want them to bring some new evolutions at least. Like give us some dragon type, some poison
Yeah.
type, some metal fighting, ghost, whatever it is. All the types that they're missing. Give us some new ones, man. It's been years now since Umbreon or at least since Sylveon, because Sylveon I believe was the last recent evolution that was no. Was it Sylveon or was it? I feel like it was either Sylveon, Glaceon, and Leafeon. Those were the last 3 that were announced. Because Umbreon and Espeon were from the Johto.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe Sylveon, Glaceon, and Leafeon were the last evolutions to be announced. We need new ones, guys. Give us new ones. Come on. But with that being said, like you say you prefer vintage, sorry.
Yes, sir.
And is there a specific set, even though you may not remember what the set was called, but was there a specific set that like caught your attention? If you can remember back, like it was your favorite set to collect.
Not sure to be honest.
If you can describe the card, like what do you remember the card looking like? Well, first of all, what was the Pokemon? Do you remember the Pokemon?
I'll probably say Embryon during that time.
Okay.
Or Gengar.
Gengar.
I don't know. I'm into ghost Pokemons, dark Pokemons. For my water type, I'll probably say Labras.
Lapras.
Yeah,
Lapras is a good one.
it's a good one. It's like one of those old Pokemons. Like, woo.
Yep.
I remember when Ash Bros right in there. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool during that time. But I mean, I'll probably say those at the moment.
Okay. I feel like for me, my favorite vintage set, either it's hard, but I want to say either the e-reader era, which is the one that had like the little lines at the bottom of the cards with the E, and that you were able to like connect the thing to your Game Boy, and then you would swipe the card and it would read the data of it. I feel like that was a cool set. I also like the what's it called, the gym heroes ones, like where they have the gym leaders and the trainers. Like those were pretty cool to look at back in the day. I never really got into those sets because I believe I stopped collecting during that era. But like the hard gold, soul silver era, where they split the cards in half and you have to put them together to make an art. Like those were pretty cool cards, but I never got to collect those because I stopped before that. But I don't know, chat. I honestly feel I don't know. I feel like modern is better than vintage in my opinion. Like I feel like if you think that vintage is better than modern, I think you're crazy. Like dead ass. I don't know. I don't know,
Damn.
chat. I don't know. I feel like you guys are wild if you guys like vintage more than
Damn.
modern. I don't know. I feel like modern is keen right now. I mean, it's what's going crazy right now, not the vintage. Vintage is here and there. I don't know, chat. I feel like modern is better than vintage, but y'all can let me know in the comments. But but anyways, speaking of the World Cup today, because today is what? Today is July 14th. We are currently in semifinals.
Mhm.
Spain beat France.
Not shocking though.
That is crazy.
It is.
It's like it's not super crazy because if you look at the stats beforehand, Spain has been on a streak of winning France previous years, previous encounters, you may say. But it is kind of fascinating and kind of shocking because France came in here to this World Cup with a super team. You know, Spain didn't really look that crazy yet. It's kind of like they turned it on right now, literally during today's match, because when they were kind of in the stage groups and all the games prior to it, they looked kind of like I didn't really see them making it that far, but crazy to me that they won France. Tomorrow, Argentina and England. Who do you think is gonna win that?
Mm, I mean, it's gonna be a good game to be honest with you. But before anything, how about you jump from FIFA to, to Pokemon? But
I
anyways,
mean,
to answer that, I mean, I'll probably say it's gonna be a good game though. But let's see how it turns out. You know, it can be any side to be honest with you. Like fucking Argentina might take it, or the other team might take it. You never know.
hopefully, at least for me, hopefully England wins. I want England to win.
I'll be,
I'm a big fan of Jude Bellingham because he plays for my the team that I like, which is Real. Well, we both like Real Madrid.
yeah.
So I'm hoping that Jude comes out and like scores a hat trick or something because I don't know. I feel like this is Argentina's first time actually going against an actual team, like an actual top tier European team.
Mhm.
I feel like they had an easy way to the finals again, but I
Mm.
mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and try to like make it seem like it's rigged because it is, but um, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I don't care. I mean, I just hope that England plays a good game, and I hope they score some goals, and I hope
Yep.
it's a back and forth, and then it's not a boring semifinals, and then hopefully for whoever wins from the two of them, makes it to the finals versus Spain, and we get a crazy finale on Sunday. But
Also, Suns to me the final then.
yeah, Sunday's gonna be the finals, I
Okay.
believe. If I'm not wrong, Saturday, whoever got whoever lost today and whoever loses tomorrow are gonna go against each other for third place, I believe.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. I don't know. Double check, guys. But yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much it. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about that we didn't get to touch on, or you think that
Um,
this is a good spot to end?
that's a good spot. I mean, thank you for having me here today. I appreciate it, man. I was a little shy, but I got doing the show. I was a little, getting confident a little bit more. But yeah, man, you see the video, guys. I try my best.
Like I said, guys, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I mean? We got to get used to it. I mean, shout out to Pollo for coming today and coming to the pod. He is again our first guest here that we get to interview. We're gonna have more guests along the ways. Hopefully, if you guys are watching this and you guys want to be a part of the pod and you guys want to get interviewed, please reach out to us on Instagram, on here in the comments, or if there's anybody that you want us to interview that you guys know, let us know. Whether they're vendors, they promote shows or whatever it is. If we can talk about anime, Pokemon, TCGs, collectibles, sports, whatever it is in this realm, let them know. I believe we are gonna hopefully have another special guest soon. I am trying to get one of the homies. He goes by Retro Ground, the homie Johnny. Shout out to my boy. Hopefully we can get him on the pod next, and then so on and so forth. But yeah, again, chat. I want to again apologize for not dropping episodes on last Monday and this Monday. We're gonna hopefully try to drop this episode before the end of this weekend. And yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys made it this far, please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. Look out for the clips on IG Reels, on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok. You make sure you look out for those those clips. And again, to end the video, we're gonna rip some packs. He's gonna pick 2 packs. I'm gonna pick 2 packs, and then we'll save the rest of them
baby,
for when Card Hog comes in here.
I got two, right?
Yeah.
All
right. So I'll go first, chat. I'm gonna start off with Perfect Order.
Oh.
Again, the chase card in this set is the Meowth. Everybody wants that Meowth, you know what I mean? And again, the card trick is one from the back. All right. Let's see if we can pull that banger in here. Starting off with the Fire Energy, we got the Scatterbug. Going into the Propass, the Dedenne, we got the Fletchling, we got Meowstatic or Mewstatic, whatever how you pronounce that. We got AG Slash, we got Lumia City. Our first holo reverse is Slandit. Going into, ooh, what do we got here? Drapion IR, nice. We got a nice hit there. And a double hit, we got the Situai EX. So that's not bad. 2 hits in 1 pack. Starting off strong. Next, Phantasmal Flames. Can we pull the Zard?
Ooh.
Can we pull the Zard right here, chat? Oh, man.
Let's go, man. Let's go. We got this.
Chat, wish us luck in the comments. Hopefully we can pull the Zard right now. Jeez, should we do? That'd be insane. Starting off, we got the Dark Energy going into Piplup. We got Piplup. We got Mischievous. We got the Charmeleon. Going into the Yamper. Going into the Bramblagast. Going into Fire Breather. Going into Lulicolo. Our first reverse is the Lotad. Going into a Dugong reverse. And
voila.
damn, we got a Palmont. That's it.
Oof.
Unfortunately. But not too bad. We did pull these 2 guys right here. On to Pollo. Let's see if Pollo can save the day and pull a banger right now.
Let's see. I'm opening Perfect Order. Getting that little meow meow. Well, let's see what we got right now. All right. Oh, well, I'm having a little trouble over here. Oh, there we go.
Sin miedo.
I don't want to damage the card, you know. So it's this one. You put one on the back, right?
Yeah, one from the back. Back. So put that back. Put this one in the front. And there you go.
Okay.
Go for Albedo. So we got Steel Energy.
Alrighty.
Going into the, what is that? Spewpaw? Something like that.
Alright.
We got the T-Rex, Tyrant. Going into the Clefairy.
Ooh-wee.
We got the Furfuru. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong, but we got a dog. We got the AG Slash again.
Alright.
We got the Energy Swatter going into a Meowtic.
I thought it was a meow you about to say. I was like,
imagine. Our first reverse, we got the Spinarak.
Alrighty, here
going
we go.
Into, what is that, Draytrex.
And
Reverse,
last one, here we
and
go.
a regular Holo Chinpow. Not bad, but maybe the last pack. Maybe last pack magic, chat. Maybe last pack magic.
Alright, let's get it. Let's see what we get.
And again, we're gonna save these for when Card Hog comes in. Last pack magic to end the stream, chat.
Same perfect order in this one too.
Again, we're chasing that Meowth. We want that Meowth.
Meow meow. Alright.
One from the back. Let's get it. Let's see what we got.
Alright. There we go.
Dark Energy, chat.
Ooh-wee.
We got, what is that? Adrios.
Alright.
We got the Benicle.
Alright.
Or Bionicle. We got the Fletchling. We got the Staryu.
Alright.
We got Shaman. Not bad, not bad.
Ooh-wee.
We got the Judge Trainer. Going into the Luxio. This should be our first reverse here. We got the Landris. And reverse holo Pinnacle or Binacle, and a Dugon Hollow, unfortunately.
That's a nice card, actually.
But
That's cool.
it's not bad. We were at least able to bring an IR and an EX, guys, out of those 4 packs.
Wow.
Again, guys, I appreciate Pollo for joining me today on the pod.
Thank you
It
for
was a
having
kind
me.
of a last minute thing. Of course, we needed to, show something for y'all because it's been 2 weeks since we haven't posted, or technically 1 week because I'm going to be posting this today or sometime this week. But again, shout out to Pollo. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Again, we will have more special guests and we'll have Card Hog all over again for a boys only episode. And if you guys made it this far, make sure you guys hit the like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.